We are almost there at 6:59. We are going to get going with a countdown once we hit this, and we cannot wait to welcome you to the 2022 virtual Blarney Blast. All right, guys, we are ready to rumble. It is 7 o'clock.
And we are really wishing that we were in person tonight.
We are giving you the next best thing. You have got a great chance to hear from lots of our Connolly's crew members, as well as hear a little bit about what the money that you're spending tonight, the money that you are giving to the American Cancer Society is doing. And really, it's a chance to be able to make a meaningful impact on the fight against cancer. But we figure the best way is to kick it off by letting Chris toast to the event. So I'd love to hand it over to the lovely Chris Missouri.
Thank you, Shelley. Thanks so much for joining us for our 13th Blarney Blast. This event was created in 2010 to honor Jim Connolly and his Irish heritage. We hold Jim and his family in our hearts all year round, but especially this week. Thanks to our tireless Connolly's crew for helping us put this event together, but mostly thanks to you for being part of our fabulous group of supporters. Without you, we would not have reached the $1 million mark this year. And we are not giving up. We have our eye on $2 million, and you are going to help us make that possible. Here's to you, and here's to Jim. Thanks for being a part of our family.
Thank you, Chris. This is an awesome evening. With the Blarney Blast, looking ahead to tonight, we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to recognize the sponsors that support our event and help ensure that every dollar that is raised tonight, whether you're donating directly or you are making a bid on one of our fabulous packages, we are going to make sure that every dollar goes to fight cancer. So I'd love to turn it over to Jonathan Sprosky. You might also know him as my husband, and he's going to let us know a little bit about our corporate sponsors.
Thank you, Shelley. It's exciting to be here once again, and we are just so thankful for those of you who continue to support us year after year. As Chris mentioned, we reached our goal of hitting our first $1 million, and now it's on to the next. But we couldn't do it without all of your support. I'd like to first recognize our presenting sponsors tonight. The first is Connolly, Tackon & Meserve, our law firm. They've been a tireless sponsor since we started the Connolly's crew team back in 2008. They've allowed us to use firm resources, firm time, and have just always been so generous to our team. Our second presenting sponsor tonight is Heritage Bank. And although our firm moved just 9 blocks down the road, Heritage Bank is still our neighbor and our friend. And we are just so thankful that they, again, stepped forward as a presenting sponsor of tonight's event. And we really wish we could be in person to celebrate with them. They're always a great, fun team to be with. We have a VIP sponsor tonight, Blarney's Irish Pub and the Heelan family. Again, these are sponsors that have been with us year in and year out. And we know they're gearing up for their very own special St. Patrick's Day event. And we wish them great success there as well. Finally, our Split the Deck sponsor tonight is Strader Howlett. They are not only the accountant for Connolly's crew, but they are also a sponsor of tonight's Split the Deck challenge, which you'll hear from in a little bit with Chuck. And we're so excited. All of the cards have been sold, and one of you will be a lucky winner of $1,300. So very exciting. Our final sponsor tonight is, of course, an in-kind sponsor. Finian Road Image and Design has been our creative genius behind the production, has also provided all of our print materials and graphic design. And so thank you to Shelley Sprofsky, who's here with us tonight and who is emceeing tonight for all of your work behind the scenes. This year, we also allowed donors to donate in advance. They could either donate in memory or in honor of someone, or just make a donation similar to the Raise the Paddle at the event. And don't worry, there's still time to do that now. but we just wanted to thank those who sponsored ahead of time and gave us a quick fundraising boost before we even got started. So thank you to Marlene and Willie Jenkins for your very generous donation of $10,000. Thank you to Dan Burschauer. Thank you to Chuck and Mary Hallett, who donated in memory of Patricia Hallett and their son, Jimbo Hallett. Thank you to Carol Moss and Winnie and Denny Royce, as well as Colleen McConath for your special donations. We also had another special donation from Michael Connolly, Jim Connolly's brother, as well as we had a donation sent in honor of retired Supreme Court Justice Mary Fairhurst. We had a donation all the way from Alabama from Karen Woldall, as well as one locally here from Sharon Brown Kabanek. So thank you all for your generous support, and thank you for really helping us continue to fight cancer and support the American Cancer Society. With that, we're going to hear a little bit more from Shelley about what your money is doing in the community and with ACS.
The American Cancer Society is proud to be known as the largest non-governmental funder of cancer research in the world. And in case you didn't know, Connolly's crew is one of the top Relay for Life teams in the world as well, consistently ranking in the top 20 of all teams. Something that we really love is knowing that we're just a small group of people supported by a law firm here in Olympia, Connolly, Tackett, and Meserve. And yet we rank with larger teams that have such swagger from across the nation, from large corporations, and we just jump right in and get things done. What we allow and help make happen with the American Cancer Society is cancer patient support, resources for cancer patients and their families, education about cancer, advocacy to help lobby for more funds to help really make a dramatic impact on leveraging that lobbying arm. And finally, cancer research. Since 1946, more than $5 billion in cancer research has been funded. And it's had real measurable progress. Since the early 90s, the cancer death rate has dropped by more than 30%, creating, I think it's 3.5 million more survivors than would have been had that impact not happened. And so when we talk about making a gift tonight, making an impact, it's one of those moments where we really can choose to make an incredible impact on those who will be diagnosed in the future. More than 40,000 people in Washington will be diagnosed with cancer this year. And our impact continues and has ripples going forward. Just in November, we funded 4 new grants here in the Washington area at Fred Hutch, at Seattle Children's, and the University of Washington Medical Center. So we know a lot of these funds because we have incredible resources here in the Northwest. Even I think 14 current grants totaling just over $7 million are active in Washington State, and we help make that happen. You help make that happen. And so I'm really excited to see tonight when we ask you to consider making a gift. And we made it super easy on our website to just make a gift to cancer research right from the bidding page, which is Connolly's-crew/bid22. And that will take you right there. But if you're watching this on the bid site, you're already registered. It's really easy. It's a button right on the page. Choose the level of the gift that you'd like to make. I wish I could be making this ask directly in person, but I know that it's really simple to be able to do so. And one of the things we wanted to do was introduce you to someone who is here with us virtually, and she's going to share her story, Christine Ocampo, and share her story about how the American Cancer Society impacted her life when she was diagnosed with cancer. Her brother has a long history in our event. You might know him as Michael G. or Michael Fort, as the MC of our event for many years. For Relay for Life, but I'm thrilled to introduce you to her and her story.
Oh my goodness!
Oh. Philippines? What is your name? What is your name? Conchita?
It's okay.
I said, oh my gosh, Christine!
My mom was a school nurse for the Tacoma Public School District, and she was just such an incredible blessing. Like, she just had an enormous, ginormous impact on people's lives. She was in the right place at the right time when they had the first Relay for Life with more people than just Dr. Gordy. She'd been a part of Relay for a very long time, even before she got the very severe cancer diagnosis, her last two. So Relay has, like, it's in our family institution. It's part of the fabric of our family. My mom was always so, well, she just felt like that was an achievement for her every year to be able to be in the survivor's walk for Relay. And she would be in front of, and holding the other survivors, and, she would lead the way. And then she participated in Relay, if she could, all the way to the end. She passed away in 2007. I had a very strong fear of getting cancer because my mom had 4 different types of cancers. Knowing that she had experienced 4 different diagnoses, I, of course, was very scared that it would happen to me too. I went in for a routine mammogram, and there was nothing different about it at all. Every time you go in for a screening as a woman, you go in and you wait in the waiting room. And at least for me, in my mind, I'm always thinking, is this going to be that one? Like, I've had many before that, but is this going to be that one? And when the technician came back, she noticed that there was blood that had been discharged from my nipple. And so I go, so then, what does that mean? She goes, well, I'm sure they're going to have you come back for more tests. I went in for an ultrasound. When the radiologist was, looking at doing the ultrasound of my breast, she did at that point in time say, we do see something. I was referred to a breast surgeon, and she had recommended that I still have that mass taken out, even though it was benign. We scheduled the lumpectomy because we thought we were taking out a benign mass, and we thought the mass was small enough to not cause that much of an issue with kind of, the appearance of my breasts. We got the results back a week later, and she said, actually, your pathology came back and it's malignant. When my breast surgeon said that that mass is malignant, I actually wasn't honestly that scared of it. And kind of a way, it was kind of like, okay, this is that moment that I've been waiting for, and now I just need it. She said, Christine, we caught this. And so in my experience, we think that, you're going to have a lot of decisions, to make that will hopefully help you have the longest, chance of survival possible. My own personal connection to American Cancer Society was I thirst for knowledge. So I would use any resource that I could to help me with my own cancer journey. And a lot of that at the time was, what are the side effects of treatments? What are the things that I should be thinking about? What's the new research? The money raised through the American Cancer Society, a lot of those proceeds go towards fundraising for research. Research is so critical. When my mom was diagnosed, there were no cures for multiple myeloma. Even breast cancer, there were no cures for breast cancer. At this day, when I was diagnosed, I'm able to go on tamoxifen, which prevents cancer from entering my body. And I think that some of that fundraising that my mom did has helped to fund tamoxifen, which is helping to save my life today. About a year after my mastectomy surgery, I had at that time, time to really kind of reflect back on the last 12 months. And what really struck me was that had I not gone for that one routine mammogram that one day and had my nipple not bled, I would not have found this cancer. It was just that one, odd instant that happened that has really led to saving my life. I believe that self-care is not selfish. when you invest in yourself, you're actually doing it out of the love and care of everyone around you. So my making sure that I was getting screened ensured that I could be here for my husband and kids and my friends for as long as possible.
So tonight you have the opportunity to make a gift, to make a meaningful gift to impact the future lives of those who will be diagnosed with cancer. I hope that you consider a gift of any amount. We've got a few for you that are recommended, but you know what? Pick what works for you. When you go into this to our bidding site, there's going to be a button on there, and the button simply says "Support Cancer Research," and it should say "Cancer Patients," and support cancer patients. And it's your chance. Any amount helps drive the mission of the American Cancer Society, but specifically, all amounts. If you look at $100, that will keep someone in a Hope Lodge for a night to be able to have shelter when they're in cancer treatment and live far from home at no cost to them. $250 provides lab supplies or provides testing for folks to be able to be involved in any of our cancer research studies. You know, we've got anywhere up to 5,000 can fund a partial grant or keep a lab open for a month doing cancer research. All of these different levels, there's everything. Find what works for you, and we hope that you will press that button to support cancer research and to make an impact on the future of anybody that will ever be touched by cancer, given the incredible, exceptional research that goes on around the world, but specifically here in the United States, funded and fueled by the American Cancer Society. It is very easy. In addition to whatever you're bidding tonight, I hope that you'll consider that. And I'd love to recognize Sharon Brown Kavanagh for her donation. She kicked off this with a $250 donation to the Cancer Research Fund. And all of that 100%, thanks to our amazing sponsors, 100% of our event will go directly to fuel the mission and the fight against cancer. So at the same time, I'm very excited. We're talking about donating and making contributions and making a meaningful impact. But what I would love to do is turn it over. We are going to do one of our favorite things that happens in the Blarney Blast, and that is the split the deck. We've got a brand new deck of cards. We've got Chuck right here, and Mary Hallett is joining him. I'm going to bring him in even closer to me so you can see more Mary. Get in there, more Mary. Go, Mary. And she has got a brand new unused deck of cards, and I'm going to pass this over to Chuck, where the two of them are going to be running the split the deck.
Good evening. One of my favorite things, and I seem to have a good time doing this, is accosting you when you come in and selling you a giant card that you wear around your neck. I am filling big shoes today because Mr. Farmer has done this for a number of years. I shout out to him. I'm hoping he's watching. I can't do the job that he did, but I'm going to do my best. So Mary's now going to unwrap and open our cards.
Unwrap and open.
And we think there's a couple of jokers in there, so she needs to get rid of the
Oh,
jokers.
the jokers are gone. I've got
the
enough
jokers
jokers.
are gone.
They're going next. Okay.
And so they're trusting me to pick a card after it gets out of there.
Okay.
And while we're doing this, I would like everyone who has a card to stand up.
Goodbye to the jokers.
This is part of what Jerry Farmer did. So I'm assuming that you're all standing, but as you well know, I cannot see you.
Brand new deck.
Here we go. I'm going to look away from the camera a little bit and I'm going to pull a card.
Brand new deck of cards. Okay. Well, let's see.
All right. I'm looking away. I'm pulling something. I've got my eyes closed. I can't see. Okay. So I have a card and I know what it is. So I would like everyone who has a spade to sit down. I would like everyone who has a diamond to sit down. I would like everyone who has a heart to stay standing and people who do not have hearts to sit down. I would like everyone who has a 10, Jack, Queen, King, what?
Did you just have the heart to sit down?
Oh, I did? Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed up. I want the diamonds to sit down. I told you I couldn't do what Jerry. Diamonds sit down, hearts stand up. They're never going to give me this job again. So now we have hearts standing up, and I would like everyone with a 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace to sit down. I would like everyone with an odd card to sit down. And now it's time. I'm going to hold it up so that everybody sees it. And it is a heart. It's not a diamond. And I'll get this up here. And there we have. And the winner, I have a name on here. It is Gail Slauson. And I apologize to those people that I, fooled. And I want to make a special thanks. And I'm going to throw in the scientists. This has been some years where science is out there. These people work tirelessly. They have brains that I don't understand. And I so appreciate all their work. And I'm going to turn it over to my assistant here to do her thanks.
Hello.
All right, Chuck, thank you so much.
Sorry, I screwed up.
I love Chuck so much. And the best part is that you get to give him grief tomorrow. If you win any of the items tonight, the pickup is at his house. So we will be texting you his address, and you get to give him a big hug and tell him how wonderful he did tonight. But especially, we can congratulate Gail Slauson on her big win. I'm going to run through a couple quick housekeeping before we get to the point. Oh my gosh. There we go. Can you mute that one? There we go.
Perfect. Before we get to the big announcement that we have at the end from the lovely Mary Hallett, I want to run through a couple quick housekeeping events with you. First of all, bidding stays open until 8 p.m. You will be able to make bids all the way up until that point, then everything closes off. So all of the items, with the exception, Split the Deck's already closed, but everything else is still live. If it's one of our active auction items, a lot of our gift card gallery is sold out, but there are still items to be bid on. And I know we have a lot of watchers because I can track it online. It's awesome. Bidding's open until 8 p.m. You can make a gift to the American Cancer Society anytime. So you know what, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you say, oh my gosh, you know what, I want to help make it happen for someone. I want to help bring Hope Lodge to someone that needs lodging while they're in cancer treatment or a ride to treatment. You can kick in $100. You can make $250. Anything that you want to do, you can make happen from that link. So don't worry, it's never too late. Finally, I want to acknowledge everyone that has really been involved in this, especially our teammates. It has been a labor of love, planning for an event where we weren't sure if it was going to be in person. Ultimately, it didn't work out. But our teammates, Chris and Chuck, Chris Meserve, Chuck Krzyzewski, Jonathan, Mary Hallett, Lisa Olson, who you can't see, but she is behind the screens as the digital guru tonight. Rick Silver, Charlene Johansson, the Randalls from up in Carnation, Caitlin Connolly Randalls and Sean Randalls, Luis and Maria Esquivel, and Thomas Sprosky. Did I miss anybody?
And the crew.
And the crew. But most importantly, you are our crew, and you help make this possible every year with your incredible support that you give to the American Cancer Society. So that being said, bidding is open till 8 p.m. Winning bidders, you're going to get a text or an email from me tonight with the instructions. You'll be able to pick up items as early as 8 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Meserve house. And I am going to, before we end this, I'm going to pass it over to Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Hello.
And she's got a fantastic announcement for you.
Oh, I have the privilege of announcing Blarney Blast 2023. Get your pen out, get your calendar. St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2023. In person, sellout, Blarney Blast. Now, I threw in sellout for a reason. The tickets go quickly. So as soon as you start to see the buzz of Blarney Blast. Snatch up your spot, buy your table, join in. We are excited to see you back at Indian Summer, and we are excited to be able to celebrate and remember and fight back, as always, with our teammates and our special crew. One more thing I do want to add before it's my turn to go is a thank you from myself, Mary, on behalf of my husband, Chuck, the amazing wind beneath my wings, my mother-in-law, who cancer took too soon, Patricia Hallett, and our son, James Hallett, who is a survivor thanks to the amazing work of the American Cancer Society. I appreciate you joining us here tonight, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Mary, thank you for that.
I know how excited you are to be in person and to be celebrating with everybody. So tomorrow's going to be like a mini casual Blarney Blast when you're picking up your items. The bidding tonight has been on fire. I'm so excited to see the numbers keep rising. I want to acknowledge those who've made a gift through the general donation by supporting cancer research. Christiana, thank you for your donation to the American Cancer Society. Sharon Brown Kavanaugh, thank you for your donation to the American Cancer Society. Carol Moss, thank you for your donation to the American Cancer Society. And if you haven't had the chance yet, you can still do that. We do not close, but you have just right now 35 minutes to continue bidding. We just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being part of this. We can't wait to see you face to face tomorrow at pickup, and especially face to face at the Blast next year, March 17th, 2023 at Indian Summer Golf and Country Club. Thanks, and have a great night.